HR is the example I'm going to show you as to how it's laid out in a way that it's really easy for me to look and see what the person has done here. This happens to be a very good example. These are kind of what thumbnails look like, but we're going to go into that in a minute. So first I want to look at the Milestone 2 guidelines. So there's basically three parts here, and I'm going to highlight them. We got Part A, which says sketch at least 3 layout variations, both vertical and horizontal for each, so that's 6 different layouts, using ample white space in correct proportion to the final digital layouts. Okay, white space is the spacing around the letters, so if we're looking at this design here, all of this is white space. Wherever there's no images, that's white space, right? So they're saying that they want us to have enough white space in the images and in correct proportion to the final digital layout. So we want it to be, since we're doing a digital layout that's a tablet size, we want our sketches to look tablet sized as well. All right, so let's take a look and see what this student did for A. A student's name is down here in the corner, so I wanted to cover that so that I'm not showing you who the student is. All right, so this is part A, and it's labeled clearly down here. You can't see it under here, but it says, like this one says 4.2 thumbnails part B, this says 4.2 thumbnails part C. So this is the part A page. So you can see that she has 6 layouts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is, it says it's a vertical page spread. So these are 2 pages that would be facing each other like that when you open a book, right? So she's showing what the spread might look like on this particular page. This is about vehicles. So she says EV, electric vehicles. So the big graphic there, just as a way to show that over there. And on this page, this is another page that's attached to that. The headlines are going to be sideways on this page. This is where the columns of text are going to be. And here's where her white space is. So this is example number 1. This is your vertical design. You don't have to do 2-page spreads. She did extra here. This is the horizontal pages that go with that. So where it says this, she has it rearranged so that instead of it being tall like this one is and narrow, this one instead is shorter and wider, right? So this page translates to that, and this page translates to that. So this is for example number 1, the vertical layout and the horizontal layout. For example number 2, we also have the same. These are 2 separate pages. It says vertical page spread. So she writes all these little annotations and notes to make sure that I understand. So this one, again, her headline is going to be over here. I'm not sure what she's planning to do in the background here. That's kind of a lot of white space, but that's okay. This is the design process. And here she has a couple of small images. Maybe there are images here. Maybe these are videos. I'm not sure. But here's where her text is laid out over there. And then when we translate that one, the vertical pages to horizontal pages, this page here is now going to be wide instead of tall. And it's going to look like that. It's still going to have the text in the bottom corner. And this page here is going to now have these 2 boxes moved to the side, and the text columns are going to be taller just to fit the page size better. And then also for version 3, which is what she had to do, 3 different layouts. So she's got 2 vertical pages here and 2 horizontal pages that match up with the vertical pages. So this is part A done really well. Let's take a look now and see what Part B says. Part B says to select the digital layout that you think is ideal for this project based on your layout variations. So in other words, of these 3 layouts, which one does she like best and which one is she going to use? Then after that, once you've selected that one, let's say she selects number 1 for argument's sake, right? So once she's selected that, now she's going to sketch and design options for the cover, for the table of contents, for the feature article, and for the interactive ad. Part B, she's got to cover all that stuff. Let's take a look at what she does here. Okay, so now I have Part B up. Again, I covered her name, so it's not there. So she selected option 1. So now look what she does. She shows the cover, and it's Car and Driver magazine. Here's the headline and where her text is going to be. And she shows that in the vertical direction, and she shows what it'll look like in the horizontal direction as well. And obviously this X is meaning a background picture is going to be in there. All right, for her table of contents, TOC stands for table of contents. She's going to have a big picture here, and then she's going to have the different clickable things with page numbers on them. When she turns to the horizontal layout for the table of contents, she just changes the look of it a little bit. And notice that this is all done in pencil. My concern is that people are putting a lot of investment and time into doing this part, where these should be pretty quick sketches. Looks like she used a ruler and took her time and did some really nice work here. But these really shouldn't be taking as much time, and then you'll have more time to figure out how to do all these. So we have the 2 cover designs, the 2 table of content designs. For the feature article, there are 2 pages in the feature article. So page 1 of the feature article is going to look like this in the vertical direction, and it's going to look like that in the horizontal direction. Page 2 of the vertical direction is going to look like that, and it's going to look like that. So these are pretty much what we saw on the first design up here. So she was showing the feature article page when she showed her examples there. And now the interactive ad is going to be an advertisement that has interactions on it, like videos and, hyperlinks, buttons. They could be animations, any of those things. Audio might be on here. Again, this is what her layout's going to look like for that. So she has the vertical direction and the horizontal direction. Let's now take a look at part C, and we'll see what that says. And we're going to take another look at that. So for part C, let's highlight that. It says determine what the interactive elements are needed and include navigation links. At least one of the following design elements should be included per page: video, slideshow, animation, object state, hyperlinks, or audio. So these are the possibilities that you can use, and you need at least one of these on every page. So let's take a look and see what she did here. Okay, so now we're looking at part C. It says the interactive elements. And what she's showing here is she's showing the vertical cover and the horizontal cover, and she's telling me what's going to happen in these different areas. So she's using arrows to show what's happening. So up in this top bar, she says white light panning across the logo. So you have the logo here. She's going to make a lighting effect that animates across the logo. That's her plan there. These pictures that are in the background, she's going to animate those. She doesn't tell me what that animation is going to be, and I would prefer to know, but at least I know that this is going to be an interactive element. And then her headline is going to zoom forward, so it's going to get closer to me, then back down on a looping system. So it's going to go forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. It's going to get larger and smaller, larger and smaller. So there's 3 interactions on the cover page. On the table of contents page, the page numbers are going to be hyperlinks. So when you click on those pages, it says they go to the articles. So if she's clicking on page P number, so it doesn't tell us what page, but let's say that was page 3. When you click on that, it will bring you to page 3, which is probably the first page of the feature article. It says contents pop up when clicked. So when you click on the contents themselves, they're going to come off the page and then go back down. And then video, these are videos that are going to play on auto loop. So when you're on the table of contents page, there's going to be some video playing. So that's her interaction feature for part C. For her feature article, you can see that on each of the pages she's having, looks like 3 or more different interactions. Headline and subheadline animate into the page from the left. So they're going to be off the page here, and they're going to slide over and land where they're supposed to be, in both the vertical and in the horizontal. The section header, which is this represented by these 2 lines up here, is going to pop out after the headline animation. So the headline animation is going to stop, and then the very next thing is this header is going to pop up. And then after that, it says that there are hyperlinks within the body copy to the rest of the article. So you're going to be able to click on here and get to the next page of the articles from there. All right, this is page 2 of the feature article in the vertical and horizontal directions. There's going to be a video slideshow that plays. That means it'll be more than one thing happening. Your section header animates. So this is the section header there. It's going to get bigger and then back down. And then your hyperlinks are going to be within your body copy. And then finally in the interactive ad, she's got a video that's going to loop and autoplay, just like on the table of contents page. Hyperlinks in the body text that are going to bring you to the website of what this advertisement is. And these photos, when you click on them, are going to get bigger so that you can get a better look at what they're trying to show with those pictures. So those are the interactions. So that's part C. So she's done a really nice job on separate pages laying out what part A is, part B is, and part C is. And I can see all of those parts we discussed are all here. So here's something that would get a really good complete grade, even though she didn't spend as much time as you probably did in designing each page, right? These are just quick sketches. So for the thumbnails, this is really the kind of thing that I'm looking for. Now, since you already have your more detailed sketches, it would be a matter of putting things together so that they are, as you saw them, all the part A's are together, so that I'm counting 6, 3 of them horizontal and 3 of them are vertical. Then all your part B's are going to show you the horizontal and vertical for the cover, the table of content, the 2 separate feature article pages, and the interactive ad. And then for the part C, you're going to show where all those interactive elements are. She also did a Word document explaining the interactions and justifying all her choices and stuff. I don't want to show you that because her name is in the header. She did a really thorough and good job on this, and this is the kind of organization that I really need to be able to figure out what is supposed to be what, because without at least having a label or a title on things, it's very hard for me to know, is this a cover page? Is it your feature article page? Sometimes I could tell from the context, but not always. All right, so this is more of what I'm looking for. If you need additional time to redo this and get it to something that's where you need to be, I'll give you to the end of this coming week to get that organized, and I won't put any additional late penalty on it or anything like that. All right. I hope this is helpful, and if you have any questions, of course, email me and I'll try to respond as quickly as possible. All right, thanks.